Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to begin. The Irish Spaghetti Podcast. Like and subscribe. Please enjoy the show.
Born for greatness, but separated by birth, they have found each other once more. They will hunt, tracking game like a Cherokee Indian. No girls allowed. A complete rebuke of the feminine man paradigm. With great penis comes great responsibility. Look out, world. Real men are back. Total badasses. There will be guns. There will be violence. Step aside, John Wick. On December 7th, get ready for Irish Spaghetti. Eat shit and die.
Yes, yes. Oh, wait, I'm screaming.
I'm gonna rip your head off and shit down your neck.
Am I fucking this up?
No. I can cut anything, dude. This is all gonna be gold.
You could cancel me out in the background anyway, right? Okay.
This is fucking hilarious, man. Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Irish Spaghetti Podcast. We're your hosts, Billy G, Nicky P. Nick, how are you?
Very, very well, my friend. Always, always good.
All right, on, man. What are we on, buddy? Is this episode 17?
This is 18.
This is 18.
We're pushing into the 20s.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
2-0, man. Oh my gosh.
Fun fact for you, ladies and gentlemen, most podcasts don't make it past episode 10.
And by the way, and fun fact again, we went roaring past that. Like we're fucking in Spain running with the bulls. We just climbed through it like
Steamroller,
nothing. We
baby.
did. We
Steamroller
really did.
all day.
We barreled through that like nothing. 10 was nothing. You know what? The only reason why 10 to 20 was anything more is just because every single episode we were jumping for something more and more.
Well,
and
we
more.
hit the quality standards on what, 14?
Yeah.
It was after the magic
like we
episode.
really showed out.
Because was that Monster Face?
Yeah. I think we were, yeah.
Monster Face, then the casino thumbnail episode. So
Yeah.
15. So ever since we only have 3 episodes of the proper quality.
Whatever
we're
came out
doing
when
now.
it was this formula, it was to where we had our background all set,
we didn't have
pictures,
the
everything.
background on Monster Face.
Oh my
We just
gosh.
had the thumbnail. We didn't have the actual background yet.
So that was when the comfort level hit,
Yeah.
and then everything started adding.
Yeah.
I mean, look around. Look what our studio's become. Look how comfortable we've become on camera.
I'm a happy boy.
I always
Very
thought,
happy.
yeah, I always thought that like, just like when this was just a thought in our heads and we were, talking about like the creation of it or whatnot, I thought I was going to jump on. I was like, I'm going to be so comfortable. I talk anyway. This way. Nah, man, honestly, it took a minute to get dialed in, like really find your voice and hear what
you got to make adjustments. Like we were comfortable overall, but we were swearing too much, as you saw. I was looking at the laptop too much, paranoid, like not engaging. It's like a refinement process, just little tweaks, little things here and there that add up to a better overall experience. But now we feel very loose. We feel very tight at the same time. And we're hitting a stride. We're enjoying ourselves. We hope that you're enjoying it too.
I cut so much that first
Dude,
episode.
that first episode, we
dude.
set records, bro. It was atrocious.
Yeah,
like
it
it was a
was
fun
nuts.
time. We had a good time. It was our first episode. What do you want from us? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But yeah, we swore. It literally, when I watched it back, it took me out of it.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. It's just everything, dude. It was so bad, dude. It was so
gold.
bad, man.
Good times, man. We like to learn.
Yeah, man. Crazy stuff, dude. But here we are, baby. Episode 18. I'm proud of us, man.
Lots of fun.
All right,
Still
baby.
more to come.
Yeah, here we go.
There it is. Let me fix it. All right.
Yeah, see you too. You know,
Yeah, it
what
drove
I
me
mean?
nuts.
Yeah, we ordered these new headsets for like $700, and we're just getting them dialed in right now.
It's not true.
One of these days, right? I can't wait
700.
till like we have state of the art. Oh my god, it's gonna be so nice. Just state of the art equipment just everywhere. Where it's like
I can't wait until I could look into the guy in the booth and go, "Hey, pull that up."
Yeah.
And then it just happens while we're still talking.
Hey, Todd, give me some gain.
Fucking Todd.
Yeah, fucking Todd.
Fucking
now we gotta
Todd.
hire a guy named Todd.
It's got to be
Yeah,
Todd. And
we
if it's
gotta hire
not
a guy.
Todd, we're going to change his name to Todd.
Exactly.
If you want the gig, you have to legally change your name to
Yeah.
Todd.
He's gonna go, I'm Martin. I'm gonna go, Todd.
Like, all right,
it's
Todd.
pronounced Todd.
Todd Martin? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, we
Got it.
Oh, yeah, we'll remember.
Fetch me a coffee.
Start doing horrible bits. Right?
Just turn to Hollywood douchebags. The day that we get monetized, make like 80 cents on first month. I'm just a piece of shit to everybody.
He's like recording me just going off like, you motherfucker, you know, just crazy.
like that celebrity voice recording that you always hear 20 years later.
Oh yeah, no, dude. You know who the best one? Honestly, you know who could fucking yell out with the best of them? Christian Bale.
Christian
dude.
Bale, man. You remember when he was on
I
set?
love it.
Just tearing into
I'm
everybody.
over here looking at what Mike's doing. Now I'm looking back. I'm like, Mike, we're fucking done, man. We're fucking done professionally, man. Fuck you. And then he's like, you hear like this little like scared as shit voice. Christian Bale knows that he can leave and the movie's fine. Christian Bale knows that if he leaves, the movie's fine. So he's like, he just hears this ever so lightly voice go, well, I thought I was doing it. He's like, what the fuck did you just say? He just goes over
He
to
gets
fight
twice
him.
as angry.
Yes.
He gets in his Batman stance.
Dude, what a dick, damn it. You know who else went off was Tom Cruise, dude.
No, dude, no. He's actually, everyone says he's a real nice guy in
He
person.
is a nice guy, but
He had a bad moment.
Yeah, it was smack dab in the middle of COVID. It was in Europe where they were going fucking nuts
Right.
with you know what do they call
Police
this?
state
Yeah,
level shit.
like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like you will get shut down if they see anything
V for
against that.
Vendetta.
Exactly. So
Black bag you. Beat
you
the
see
shit out of
Tom Cruise out there just Jerry Maguiring the whole place.
He's
And
like-
he's like, and you fucking stand together and you know they'll shut us down. You know. And he's dude, and everybody's just sitting around and everybody's got their mask on and stuff like that. Meanwhile, this
Let me ask you.
nothing thing.
Do you think that may have been like just a failed publicity stunt? Like they wanted to capture that on screen, you know, so he's like defending the whole fucking
I don't
social distancing
honest to God,
thing.
don't think Tom
'Cause they
Cruise
do
needs-
shit like that, man.
Sure,
They stage shit all the time.
I think so. You're absolutely right. But with Tom Cruise, I don't think he'd buy it, dude. I don't think Tom Cruise is willing to ruin his image for a guy that the worst thing he's done in the last 30 years is jump on a couch funny. I don't think he'd be willing to like risk.
I forgot about that.
I don't think he'd be willing to
I
risk
love
putting his name out
Katie
there.
Holmes.
Yeah. Dude, and Oprah's just in there.
I will marry her droopy eyes tomorrow.
Dude, and then
Dude, her eyes are melting like fucking.
I know. Dude, like somebody like lit a candle like on top of him.
You know when you get like a really fresh pizza and you go to pick it up and it droops down, that cheese just kind of
Yeah.
like stretches down back onto the plate.
Dude.
That's what her eyes are doing.
Dude, and then the cheese slides off, so you to grab another
go-
one, and you got Maggie Gyllenhaal right behind it, just a bunch of fucking droopy eyed
Maggie
weirdos.
Gyllenhaal. That was one of the worst billings ever. Trying to sell her to us like she's hot.
Yeah.
Like she's super hot.
You
got-
watch the Batman Begins, and then you watch
Dude, terrible.
who could fill
Her,
those
she's terrible. The
shoes?
movies are great.
Ugh,
She's
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
She's all awkward and weird. She's not hot. She's
Yeah.
not hot.
Bruce Wayne just getting sucked off by Russian ballet dancers,
Supermodels.
and then he's over there
Oh
going,
my God,
"Oh God,
dude.
Maggie, please come fuck
Yeah.
me!" Like,
And
are you
even,
kidding me?
Even at her youngest, for some reason, she had like a grandmother face her whole life. No matter how young she was, she looked like an old maid to me.
I don't
It's a
even think
weird
she's that
face.
talented,
She's
to
not
be
that-
honest with
she's,
you.
She's just weird and quirky. That's all. It's weird.
Everything's so.
Oh, let me tell you this.
Man.
Dude, here's the thing about Maggie Gyllenhaal that bothers me. It's that her face and her emotions don't match the situation she's in ever. Ever.
Yeah.
Never.
She'll be at a child's birthday party like this.
Like when she was in court in that fucking in Batman. Remember when she was in the court scene or whatever?
Yeah.
And she's like, so tell me, she's like, when did you realize? She's like smiling and being coy, but it's like it's a serious moment. Your face doesn't match the situation that's
sweetheart,
happening.
you're trying to bring down the mafia. The mafia. They murdered people in your city. Yeah.
It's not. It didn't make any sense.
And
man.
then
weird.
What's his name? Who's the dude with the butthole chin?
Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart
Love
comes
Aaron
in
Eckhart.
and he's like, I got to tee off with the Myriad 9. Bam, just comes in, gun. He's like, should have bought America. Bam. You're like, oh my fucking God. He's so
Dude,
cool.
he was a gangster in that, man. Aaron
was.
Eckhart's a great actor. If you've never seen the movie Thank You for Smoking, I highly recommend you give it a chance.
And I want to see that. That one I wanted to see. Remember we were talking about that? Me and him had an argument on who the Marlboro Man was. When I was a little kid, somebody told me that the term cowboy killers were Winston cigarettes because that's what they smoked in, like, this fool lived in Montana. I probably should have taken that, but that's what they smoked in, like Montana cowboys and shit like that. He's like, no, he's like, thank you for smoking. They had Marlboros, the actual baby. Marlboro Man, and that's why they called it cowboy killers.
They had
right?
Sam Elliott played the Marlboro Man in that movie. Hey, he's Rocky now.
That big ass mustache is always like, it's like. It moves when he moves his lips. He's like
that dick duster. Dude, this quarter's bothering me. I need to fix it. I'm sorry.
Me too, dude. It's driving me fucking nuts.
There, right there.
Yeah.
If I just hold it.
If we hold it together like this.
All right, let's gently.
Okay, you ready? Together now.
So we bought a splitter cable for our headset, and something happened where like it kind of loosened, so it doesn't fit in the jack perfectly. So sometimes it cuts in and out if I don't have the cord right, and it like throws off our timing. Because I right now I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah,
so I feel like super wired in.
I know, and you know it's so funny. It's like when you haven't been listening perfect for a while, and then you dial it in, you're just almost like in shock. You're like, holy shit,
wow,
this is like
this sounds great.
Hey, is electrical tape when you can wrap the black tape around and still plug it in, it'll work? Or is electric tape when you wrap it on the outside of wires and shit like that?
I think it's just the tape.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about though, right?
I think it's the name of just the tape.
Like you
itself.
can wrap something around the plug itself and push it in.
Is duct tape when you get scotch tape and put it on a duct?
Exactly. Does duct tape go in actual ducts, so like when their wings crack?
Why do they call it duct tape? It must use it on ducks a lot. See, just cut out again.
I know.
Cunt.
Me too. Wait, I'm gonna fix this right now. Watch this.
This is just us troubleshooting on the episode. This is a lot of fun. All right, fuck it. We'll do it live.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
So, all right, what do we have on the docket today, my friend?
Okay, well, you know what? Keeping with the same theme of weren't we just talking about vaccines a second ago?
Yes. Tom Cruise. You said he freaked out on set.
All right, so keep it with
no, you're telling me about Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson.
Yes.
So Woody Harrelson hosted SNL, which hasn't been good in the last 25 years. When your biggest name that they brought out was fucking Pete Davidson. Mr. Huge
Butthole Eyes Davidson.
God, what a nut. Him, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and then who's the other weirdo?
They have the same face.
Yeah, they should all get together.
We should call her Pete Davidson face.
Yeah.
They have the same exact
Pizza
look.
Davidson face. So Woody Harrelson comes out, he does his opening monologue, and with a real tongue-in-cheek joke, he says that while he was at home during COVID, he said that he read a script, and it was all about a cartel forcing people to stay in their homes, and the only way they could come out is a series of drugs that don't work that they have to give him. And everybody knew exactly what he was talking about. It was a complete and utter shot at Pfizer. And so
rhymes with schmovid.
Yeah, one of the biggest comments on there was, well, maybe I'm not, with the fun and games of anymore. But when he's joking about something that cost so many Americans their lives, shut the fuck up. 200,000 people. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you. 200,000 people isn't even the population of a small town anymore. Okay. No. But dude, all right. Here,
also, who are we kidding, man? If anyone on earth read that script before COVID ever happened, nobody would believe it. Nobody on the planet would believe that script until after we went through that shit.
Samuel L. Jackson, who takes literally every role, would scratch his head and go,
this is far-fetched.
They go. He go, fuck they want me to do that for? Motherfucker. You know what I mean?
That's your Sam Jackson?
Yeah, that's my Sam Jackson.
You don't even deepen your voice for it.
Hey, motherfucker, I do over the top Sam Jackson where his voice is real light. He's like, and I rain down,
That's just Pacino again.
No, exactly. You know what my favorite Sam Jackson was?
Pacino.
And he's like, and I stuck my big black Johnson straight down his throat. And he goes, yeah. And he's like, and he looks at him, he's like, and it was warm too because of the blood.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like he had to go over. He's
Channing
like,
Tatum was the shit in that movie, man. He just pops out of the floorboards.
Say goodbye to your huevos. Oh man, it was so good.
Classic.
Does Quentin Tarantino do any more movies? Isn't that
No, he
like,
did.
wasn't that
His
over?
last movie was what?
Hateful Eight.
No, the Hollywood movie.
Oh my God, you're right. Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time in
Hollywood.
Hollywood, which I still have yet to see, and I'm a Tarantino fanatic, dude.
No.
Yeah, well, I rented it one night when it first came out, and I was all excited, but I got like way too baked.
Dude,
and like an hour in, I was just like,
Dude, it shows
and then
in
it
that
expired,
movie.
so I never re-rented it.
Yeah, you know what that whole movie leads up to? It all leads up to the Sharon Tate murders. I'm not giving anything right, but it all leads up to the Sharon Tate murders and how like things that went down and stuff like that.
No shit.
And then another one. Did you see when Bruce Lee?
I saw that scene.
Yeah.
I made sure to stay up for that.
It was so cool because it's like,
dude.
Bruce Lee is literally like 110 pounds. I think he was a wonderful fighter. But I'm
amazing.
telling you, Muhammad Ali
Size matters.
would
dude.
have murdered him.
There's weight classes for a reason.
Exactly.
There's only so much martial arts can do. Like literally, I don't care how good Bruce Lee's technique is. I don't care how fast he is. I don't care. He could be literally the great. Let's just say he is the greatest fighter that ever graced the face of the earth. When you get someone like a Mike Tyson or an Ollie, they literally don't even need technique. They could just bull rush him and
Exactly.
just walk through him.
Yeah.
Like it's just there's nothing he could do. There's nothing he could have done.
He would grab a hold of him and then it'd be over. You know, I tell you all the time, that's my biggest like phobia in life. Like, let's say like a nuclear fallout happens and like, you know, it's really like one of the movies and stuff like that, or in fucking zombie, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. One of my biggest fears is like crossing paths with like some monster of a man, and he like grabs me and
you're
there's
just
nothing
literally
I can do.
powerless, and you
I'm
realize
just powerless. That's my biggest fear, is just being powerless to somebody. And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna kill you."
he's like, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass.
Dude,
You're just
anything.
like,
Dude, fuck.
that would be ways. Kill me.
Yeah,
Kill me, please.
like,
Please kill me.
and even worse, like if your family's watching and you're just sitting there like, I got him right where I want him.
And you're
Yeah,
next.
and you're just begging him.
Starts
You're just like,
threatening your family.
yeah, and I'm gonna rape them too afterwards. And you're just like, well, then let me go.
Take my wife, please.
That's why,
that
man.
whole gaff.
Like for real, like I don't know, like that's why I know this is stupid, but I think
That's funny.
I want another gun. I want my concealed so I could carry my gun wherever I want. You know what I mean?
Where would you keep it? Ankle gun?
I want a little 22 that I go, and I only shoot it like this. Like when I shoot it, like I go like this.
I can't wait to tell you what my. And you move your hips
Yes.
to level your aim somehow.
When I'm done shooting it, I go like this. I go.
He goes. Gently blows the tip.
And it makes that noise.
The bottle sound. Oh my god.
Nah, but honestly, like
The
I'm.
guy's bleeding out. He's like, I can't believe I got killed
I don't think
by such
yeah.
a fairy.
See,
Just slinks down.
there's either that or doing the work and becoming really good at like, you know, martial arts or something like that. But that takes a long time, and then you don't ever know if you're going to be that good.
That's a fact.
Dude, I'm sorry. I know this sounds super weak, but I want a gun so nobody can ever like really fuck with me. Not pulling it on everybody that
All right.
pisses me off in traffic or something like that. But if it's ever a kill or be killed situation and I don't
My
have the
two
confidence,
weapons of choice. One of them is actually like when all the riots were happening, everyone was nervous, and like I'm not a gun guy. Like it's just not my cup of tea. And
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna. I didn't have enough time to get trained up like John Wick for when the riots were happening. I needed immediate protection. So I've never got around to it just because shit happened. But anyway, I was gonna get. Do you know what a karambit is?
I do.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, there's a type of knife called a karambit. And it literally, the blade curves like a talon, like an eagle talon. And your thumb goes in it and you hold it like a fist pack. So it's like a fist pack with a blade that like hooks, literally like a raptor claw, if you will. And I got hands, man. I can move with these hands. So if I get like, and there's like belts with like holsters, I can grab those things out and have those talons out. And the thing is, like, if I could piece you up with my hands, I can kill you with those fucking knives.
Yeah.
And I went as far as to learn, like, where to cut and how to cut. Like, if you cut here on the bicep, like, you can't chamber your arm just falls. Same thing, like, right above the knee, you can't chamber your knee anymore. If you cut, like, right across the forehead, the blood is so intense, it, like, blinds the opponent, if you will. Like, I learned all the spots for it. I was literally, like, practicing, like, getting
You got
quick.
a Rittenhouse.
Dude, I was practicing getting quick, like, slashing in those spots. And, like, I could train that up in, like, a week. You know what I mean? I can't train gun skills.
Do you know what that's called when you take out the bicep?
No.
The Rittenhouse.
Wait.
Kyle Rittenhouse shot that dude in the bicep, and now he has like one of those really
have the-
skinny arms.
Yes,
he
it
has, like,
ruins everything.
It ruins everything. He can fucking lift his arm anymore or anything like that. So now he has like really super skinny arm and stuff like that. All right, well then if
I
you're...
got a lightning fast jab. If I'm holding a karambit, dude, I could literally cut your throat before you can react, bro.
Okay, well then, all right, then if that's your first, then I get to do one too,
So-
because you're gonna do your second too.
Yes.
But if he's gonna have a cool weapon, I want a cool
But
weapon.
I was dead serious. That was my serious self-defense weapon I was
All
going to get.
Then my first one's a gun, but But my second silly one, I want fan blades. Where I like, look,
I almost choked on that.
Where I do the fan and I like start doing like some swan dance, slice some motherfuckers in half and shit like that. Would it be funny seeing how fat I am? Like running around fucking just swan dance.
Eyeshadow on. He's batting his eyes, pretending to be dainty.
Dude, and every time they're all like fucked up and cut up, I'm like moving in for the kill. I go like this, look, Nick, look. I go like this. I go, hee, and then they come back, and they fucking come back and start doing
You
more.
hit bump him and then cut him.
Oh, did I do that? I put my hands together like a geisha.
A geisha. Oh my god!
That's my second.
I'm gonna get the razor ball and chain that Go-Go had in Kill Bill.
Oh my god, dude! Oops, yeah, stupid American woman.
Not a good weapon for a crowd, I don't think.
No, but that was the sickest fucking scene in every fucking movie.
So now my other weapon, which I'm only half joking about, but I am like when I'm rich, inevitably it's gonna happen. Of course. Yeah, bring it. Showers, golden showers, baby.
Showers, baby.
No,
It's my man.
So I want to get a cane saber.
Oh, those are sick,
and I want to take fencing
dude.
classes. I want to learn how to fence and just get a cane blade like that. Not the cane gun. I want the fucking.
Okay, but if you're gonna do that, you need to have an English old man accent.
Well, that's the thing.
Good move, old boy. And then you start, you know what I mean?
I want to be one of the Kingsmen, dude. Like, so I got the cane saber, and it's got like a cool, like fucking silver, like you know they have like different tips on it.
Yeah,
yeah. So it'll look legit, and I'll wear like like old school suits and tuxedos and shit like that, and just have the cane with me, top hat and shit. But don't fuck with me, bruh.
You're gonna walk down in a BLM riot.
Yes.
In a tuxedo.
Yes.
Which I assure you now you're definitely getting fucked
100%.
with, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna go, okay, old sport. And then
DuckTales on the back, dude.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get a white glove out of my my top pocket here. I'm gonna do the double slap, bap bap.
Okay,
right?
and then listen, when like
you get gloved,
you taking out like 6 people, right?
Yeah,
but now you're
easily
swarmed.
6
right?
people's a warm up,
That's nothing, right? But now you're swarmed, right? And they got you cornered, right?
Yeah.
And like in the back of an alley.
Like,
no. Listen. In the back of an alley, right? You. I want you to say these words, right? You're like looking at the crowd, and you go, "You don't think we're done just yet, do you, chaps?" And then in the back of the alley, you hear.
It's you, the geisha.
And then I come out with. And then I come out with
them all.
Yes, we just start fucking whipping. By the way, we're murdering protesters.
At one point, like I grab your hand, you grab my. I pick you up and swing you in the air, and you cut like 10 of them. That move.
It's hitting all.
I say, old chap.
Yes. Good one, old sport.
I always fancy a fight, and then you and I go get tea afterwards.
Yeah. No. That's what I was saying. The countryside of England, like, because there's so many different dialects.
And Peaky Blinders.
London, straight London, like the city. Yeah. It's like, all right, you'll hear that like. Hello, bruv. Hey, bruv. That's like real deep. But in the countryside, that's where you hear the
Hello, governor.
Hello, governor. Hey, oi, you got come back to
and then I look at him and I go, governor.
Governor.
I correct it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's their word.
They speak better than us anyways, man. Who we kidding?
Fuck, bruv. B-R-U-V, bruv. Hey, bruv. Hey, bruv.
Hey, bruv.
That's their N-bomb, but with, the A.
Do you want some haggis?
Yes. That's Scottish. And that's
I'm just
haggis.
bastardizing all these cultures.
And you take that and you shove that in there and you wrap it in a sheep's stomach and you bake it. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man.
Armageddon, man.
I butter my toast with my cane saber.
No. I'll have a little bit of toast with my tea. No.
Swiss Army cane.
So, anyways, Woody Harrelson comes out. And
we go back to it after that detour.
Well, no, we always do.
We
that's
just did
what
a scene from Guy Ritchie's Sherlock Holmes movie, and now we came back to that.
And that's our feeling about Woody Harrelson. No, but so he cooked a bunch of shit. It's so funny, man. I'm really loving the amount of celebrities that are coming out and are just like
Ben Stiller all day.
Yeah.
By the way, take a look at Tropic Thunder. Isn't that great?
And notice these guys these are untouchables. These guys cannot be fucked with, and there's a reason why, because they tell them no. They're like, no, you're not canceling me.
That's why we made this poster, is in homage to Ben Stiller not bending the knee like we talked about in the last episode.
A lot of respect. Lots of respect to that man.
Dedicated
that man
to you,
over
Ben.
there, and Jack Black, who's like never had any
Jack
drama.
Black, man, yeah.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
And,
too, though.
dude, not for nothing, but look at how fucking funny Robert Downey Jr. is in this picture.
Yeah.
We're hilarious at it, and he's still the funniest
This
one.
is our picture, and he's outdoing us regardless. That's insane.
This is one of the funniest things I've ever seen, is Robert Downey Jr. in that movie.
For 400 years.
He was so good in that,
What do you
man.
mean, you people?
What do you mean?
He's like, what do you mean?
What do you mean, you people? Booty sweat? That
Booty
drink?
sweat all
That's
day.
so good, man. That was so freaking good.
Oh, classic.
But
Yeah.
you know what?
The tide is turning. We're winning.
You know what?
We're gonna win.
You like Woody Harrelson though, right?
Love
Like
Woody
Woody
Harrelson.
Harrelson's gangster, right?
Yes, again. All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Woody Harrelson is gangster.
Yeah. You're trying to fix it like I'm trying to fix it. I was literally like moving around all funny, like you know, trying to get it perfect.
Normally we get this dialed in perfectly before I roll the cameras, but I think I bumped it and it just kind of fucked it up. Next time this won't happen.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna order another one of those.
We're
I could
breaking
just-
the fifth wall.
Yeah,
With the splitter? Yeah.
It's me, everybody. Hulk Hogan telling you to stay off a drug.
AKA Grover.
Yeah,
What is that
Grover.
voice?
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan / Grover. It's hilarious.
All right, man. Well, Jake Paul, Nick.
Oh,
We
guys.
had it in for him, man. We had it rolled up. We had it packaged in a nightly knees package with a little fucking bow on it.
Jake Paul lost. His streak is
did,
over. He
yeah.
fought a boxer and he got outboxed. What are you
that's-
going to say?
and
What are you
that's
going to
the
say?
problem, yeah.
Congrats to you, Tommy Fury, man. You showed up. You put on a good show. You won the fight genuinely. Nothing but respect, nothing but love. And I think Jake Paul, from what I've seen anyway, has handled the loss like a champ, man.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
he'll come back stronger.
I'm tired of calling fights and then it not coming out that way, man. I don't know. Dude, listen, Tommy Fury's a fighter, but he wasn't ranked or anything like that.
He's not a good fighter.
You know, no, he's not anything like his brother.
No.
He's a far cry from
Well, let's
from
put it this way.
Tyson.
Let's put it this way. He shat on Jake Paul throughout all the promotions. You never fought a real boxer. It's not even going to be close. I'm going to knock you spark out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a wash, blah, blah, blah. What does that say about Tommy Fury when he actually had to really fight against Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Imagine if Canelo walked in that ring. How do you think that would go? That would really not be a fight. So Tommy Fury actually struggled against the YouTube boxing sensation Jake Paul. So it's like you're shitting on him, but that also makes you look bad because you had to really dig deep to beat him, man. It was one of his harder challenges.
Jake Paul was talking about
From what I understand,
Canelo.
I haven't seen it yet, but from what I was on the live, updates
Yeah.
and all that. From what I understand, Jake Paul got his shots in there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like he put up a fight.
Jake Paul was talking about fighting Canelo. I think
Yeah.
he'd go. I think he would die.
100%. I've been
He
saying that
might
since
die,
the jump, dude. I
right?
was
Like,
laughing
yeah,
my balls off.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, there really is levels to that
Of
game.
course,
man.
yeah. You get in there with somebody
would've
that
killed him.
really knows what he's
He
doing,
would have killed him.
dude. And you know what's so crazy about like he said, like with the levels and the level of skill that these guys possess. Think about this, okay? Canelo would murder both these boys. They're both in their
At the same time.
20s. One's in his late 20s, one's in his early 20s. Murder these kids, okay? And then Floyd Mayweather, who was murdered Canelo and made it look easy, like.
Dude,
damn,
that shows you something because
Yeah.
Canelo is legitimately one of the greatest
that ever
boxers.
lived.
He's one of the greatest, man.
Yeah.
He's fucking phenomenally good.
Yeah.
And he couldn't touch Floyd Mayweather,
No.
who's naturally way
He
smaller than
sunned
he
him,
is.
dude. Yeah, he sunned the shit out of him. But we've seen that time and time when he came with Floyd. I don't like that Floyd doesn't get the respect that he deserves.
Oh my
that he
God.
is literally
So
a
good.
once in a lifetime boxer. And
More than a
we were there
lifetime.
to see
More
it.
than a lifetime.
Yeah.
He's once in in the history of boxing. There's only going to be one Floyd Mayweather.
50-0, a perfect record with nonstop
Fuck, killers.
champs, nonstop. Defending his
He
title.
took
and
Ricky
champs.
Hatton's
Yeah.
and Ricky Hatton was steamrolling motherfuckers like
Yeah.
they were nothing. Knocked him out. First loss, first knockout, everything.
It
Man.
was really funny to see little Ricky Hatton flat on that canvas, and I'm like,
Dude, he
holy
literally
shit.
matadored him. He sidestepped him, blap, clips him, picks him off. Ricky Hatton literally bounced his head off the turnbuckle and then
Yeah,
fell.
Miguel Cotto, Pac-Man, all
Cotto,
of these
oh.
guys. Come on,
Killers.
Marcos Maidana.
Yeah, man.
Come on,
And that
dude.
was one of his harder fights because
Killers,
he's so awkward, but
straight
still killers.
dude.
Killers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wow, man. Like
Mayweather,
bravo,
baby.
dude. Bravo. I mean, so great. And it's funny is like he'll never get the respect he deserves because he's an asshole. But who cares?
You got to respect that talent, though, man.
Maybe history will remember it different because I remember when Tyson was steamrolling people, and even after he bit the ear and everything like that, it wasn't until a couple years ago that people really started liking Tyson and like, oh, he's this wonderful champ.
I
and
wouldn't
stuff
say
like
all that, but I get what you mean.
But
Like,
you don't
now-
remember
now
the
it's-
hate that he got
yeah.
when he was fighting?
Now it's
He
like
got a
all
lot of hate.
positive now.
Yeah,
It's
all
yeah.
positive. Everything
But-
that comes his way.
I was having that conversation with who was I talking to about Muhammad Ali, And Ramel from work.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ramel. What's up, man? But anyway, I was talking to Ramel about that when we were talking about how people don't realize that Muhammad Ali's nothing but a legend now and nothing but beloved. Like everyone. He's one of my greatest heroes. I fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
But in his own time, he was a very polarizing figure and most people hated him.
Yeah.
No one ever bragged like that and talked shit like that and had that kind of confidence. That was considered distasteful and disgusting to society. He actually created that entire genre of person, more or less.
Yeah. Especially when he dodged the Vietnam War.
Yeah, man. He was
and they looked at him like a coward.
But every
and a
generation
monster.
from a certain point on, we all look up to him and like we just see nothing but good in him or whatever. But there was a time where he was as hated. And that's what makes him so great, by the way, is he stood his ground and stayed the man that he was despite getting all that true hatred, which people forget about.
Yeah. They look back and they're like, holy shit, this dude really like persevered through all of this hate. all
Just
this,
like Andrew Tate.
Mr. Tate.
Tate the Great.
Who, if he's not out in 27, 28 days, whatever, however much time he has, if he's not out, what happens? Like, what happens after that? I mean, they're actually going to prosecute this fool on nothing?
No, everyone thinks that they're going to take him the full 180 days and not let him out. I actually think he's going to get out on the next one.
Hasn't it been? Oh, so there's only one more extension that they could do, right?
No. He's only halfway there.
Holy
They can keep him for 6 months. It's only been 3.
Yikes.
Yeah, well, December, January, and February, so they extended it again. So now it'll be like March,
what a
April.
crime, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Ay caramba.
Yeah, but I think he's going to get out on the next one. Because I mean, like, the whole case is disintegrated.
He
So
said
it's all
he
falling
told
apart, man.
that girl, he's like, if you don't retract everything, all the lies that you said about
gonna
me,
sue for like
I'm gonna
$300
sue you
million.
for $300 million. Yeah.
But-
By the way, any money she's got is because of him for putting her on game, showing her the world, showing her the
Also,
ropes.
when
What
they
a
were talking
joke.
about letting, like, who they're going to let out and who they're going to keep in jail, the Tate brothers literally said, let the women go. We're men. We should be the ones suffering. And then they released the 2 assistants.
Yeah.
So,
But he's a coward. He doesn't care
Yeah.
about these people. Yeah.
meanwhile, by the way, they're in like mortal danger in those conditions. People don't understand. Like, you could easily die in there. 3 months of getting whatever food that they're giving, which is probably garbage, freezing cold, no sunlight, cockroaches, fleas, whatever, termites, bedbug, whatever the fuck else is in there. Your health. I mean, they're in dire conditions. Anyone can die in there for like 3 months of going through that. You know what I mean? You're malnutrition, dude. You're freezing cold. You're sleeping on the ground.
Well, wait.
Ugh.
But wait, I thought Romania is kind of, a kind of first world,
Like a luxury
Well,
resort.
dude, Scotland, their prisons are like a joke. Scotland's prisons look like rehab clinics.
They have like beer taps in
That's
each
what I'm saying.
cell.
I don't think it's that bad. I honestly,
Romania?
I
I believe every word. It's known for that. Romania
known for that?
It's known for that shit.
the prisons are like,
It's known for that shit.
where it's
yeah.
like fucking 14th century.
You don't want to go to jail in
dungeon,
Romania.
really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
And
man.
apparently you don't want to go to jail in Spain either, according to John McAfee.
And then El
R.I.P.
Salvador, yeah.
That's
But
the
he
top
knew.
G right there. John McAfee all fucking day.
Honestly, going to prison abroad anywhere would pretty much suck.
Mm-hmm.
People, I don't know if you ever seen, but like going to jail in Turkey would suck. It's not like they don't have like cells. Like everybody just sleeps together in these
Ew.
huge rooms and stuff.
Hodgepodge of
Yeah,
human
yeah.
flesh. It's disgusting.
And anything you could stab people. Say this is from a movie from there, but so you could stab somebody, but anything above the waist
Yeah.
is considered attempted murder.
Oh, you're
And-
allowed to
and-
stab?
yes, and anything below the waist is considered assault, right? So everybody runs around stabbing themselves in the asshole. They stab you with a knife in the asshole, and it's just assault.
Dude,
fucked up,
that's
huh?
so much worse than death.
Yeah, could you imagine you
Oh my
piss somebody off
God,
and you get
dude.
hit in your asshole, dude? Like, you ever been kicked in your asshole and how bad it hurts?
Yeah.
Imagine
Well,
a
I've had it like
knife.
when I used to skateboard. I've jackknifed the skateboard and credit card landed on it, dude. And it's like this immediate sharp shooting pain, dude. And
yeah,
you're just like
it's
you're
so
crippled.
painful.
Let alone
dude.
an actual blade to the to the buttocks.
Yeah, dude. And it'd be some like
To the balloon
completely unsterile prison shank severing your colon. Ah!
It's not even a
Dude,
smooth
so
stab.
bad.
It's
Yeah.
it's a 3-point stab.
No do. And then for the punishment, dude, you gotta watch this. For the punishment, they hang their legs over when they would get in trouble. They'd hang their legs over, like they'd put them all on their backs, and they would hang their legs over like a wall that's like yay high, and so their knees would come up, and then their legs would hang over, and they'd take this club and they would beat them in the bottom of the feet. So then you'd have to like crawl around because you couldn't walk on your feet because your feet like you ever punch somebody in the arm so many times their arm's like dead.
Yeah.
So same thing with your feet. So either your feet shatters, which would probably be your best bet, so it would just stop and the pain would like kind of subside.
Right.
But if you beat you enough, then you
You
just
literally
like
beat your feet.
yeah. Ugh.
That's terrifying.
Fucking right, man.
My
So I'm
buddy,
saying, just being locked up abroad, it's fucked up.
My buddy Will, he lives in Thailand. He called me the other day. I haven't talked to him in years. We used to work together at Besso. I met him in like the restaurants and shit.
Yeah.
So I've known him for a long time. Anyway, he's been out in Thailand for a very long time. He's an English teacher. And he was telling me on the phone just the other day that when he first got to Thailand, which was about 7-8 years ago now, he used to watch them line kids up and beat them with sticks is how they would discipline them. And that was only like less than a decade ago. And the only reason why that they stopped doing that is because they're part of like, I think like the UN or like some whatever government body or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had to update their laws more or less.
So
they were forced to do it to stay in the
deemed
UN or whatever the
abusive.
fuck. Yeah. And it wasn't even them that decided to
Stupid.
change
I know,
it.
it's always us shoving our big fucking snouts in their business. You know what, dude? Listen, nothing with child abuse. I'm just saying, everybody considers any type of corporal punishment abuse now. I'm not saying that it's okay to kick the ever loving shit out of kids. I'm just saying I knew kids and I've known kids and I know kids that are so fucking bad that maybe they need a slap on the ass. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, crazy.
You get a tube sock and a bar of soap and beat the shit out of them. That's how I learned.
Hey, they see you getting the soap and they're like, but I didn't even cuss. And like, you're like, I know. And you just slip it into a sock.
And you never will.
Yeah, you're fucking right. Yeah.
You do the wind up.
How could you? Your jaws broke. Boom.
Get that taillight fixed.
Exactly.
And they shatter
By
the
way,
taillight on
motherfucker,
the way
this
back
ain't-
to the car.
Yeah, this ain't Ivory. It's Irish Spring. I'm hearing bone shatter. Bam.
Oh my God.
It's fucking terrible. Man.
It's gold. Child abuse.
So that's it. There you go. Tommy Fury.
He won.
Yeah. I mean,
The problem child is no longer a problem.
Because you know why, dude? It's like, you're right. Jake is so polarizing and he talks so much shit and everything like that. And that's always the worst part is that when your guy loses and you get to hear everybody, and you can't do shit about it because that's just the way the game goes. Because if he won,
man,
you'd be on that
That's
side.
part of the risk of running your mouth. And he took that
Exactly.
risk when he
He
started.
sold the
You know what I
fight.
mean? It is what it is.
He sold the shit
You think
out
that
of
if Tommy
fight.
Fury lost, they wouldn't be trashing that man? His name would be getting dragged through the mud. Way worse than Jake Paul.
Did you see Deontay Wilder cross Tyson Fury? Did you see that?
Oh, that reminds me. I forgot. I wanted to remember the name of the guy's channel because I want to do a new segment on this show. I'm so angry with fucking clickbaiters and manipulation. I'm going to start calling you. We're going to get notoriety one day and my words will be heard. I'm going to start calling you fuckers out. Dude, and this is the title of the clip. This fucking douchebag piece of shit. It was Tyson Fury confronts Deontay Wilder. He said hello.
They literally said hello.
He said hello.
He was being friendly and kind.
They hugged.
He's like, Deontay. Yeah, they were being great.
Dude, stop with the bullshit fucking titles, man. It drives me. It confronts. I click that shit like they got into an argument.
Confronts.
Oh, I get so annoyed when
Destroys. Tyson Fury destroys
Dude,
Deontay
it
Wilder.
bothers
Yeah,
me.
when they box.
There was another one because I stay up to date on the Andrew Tate stuff, and there's another channel that I watch, and they're pretty good at like putting stuff out. And the title of the thumbnail was, it was like Andrew Tate's mom's house is getting stolen in the UK, something of that nature. And I'm like, oh shit! So I clicked the video, and it's they have the right to maybe take her assets, and they might do that. And I'm like, well, you wrote it that you said it is happening.
Yeah.
You wrote it is getting taken.
Yeah.
So and then I click it, it's not that at all. I'm like, dude, I wrote a comment on his. I'm like, so it's not necessarily happening. It could happen. I'm like, got it. Thanks for fucking with me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't stand that, man. It's because it's just a cheap trick, dude. Just be good at
It
what
is.
you do, and people will listen to you.
It's parlor tricks. It's really skeezy.
It's so
They're
scummy,
hoping
man.
for a one-time click that and that's why people don't stay. It's ridiculous.
I just think it's wrong to emotionally manipulate people, and you're lying right to their face. You're literally lying. It's just, I have apples for sale, and you walk up and it's a kiwi. I'm like,
Hey,
fuck?
hey, how fucked up would it be if Tyson Fury, just to like mess with Deontay's head, goes, "All right, man," and he like shakes hands, and like Deontay feels something in his hand, and he like pulls away, and like the crowds like kind of break up and stuff, and Deontay Wilder like opens his hand, and it's an egg
Weight. Oh my god, that would be so. You would watch him melt down. He'd be like. He would freak the fuck
Dude,
out.
that'd be fucking nuts.
For those of you that don't know, when Deontay Wilder got knocked out in the second fight, and he got his head dented literally by Tyson Fury's gorilla fist.
That's destroyed, by the way.
And he like came out with all the excuses, the costume was too heavy, blah, blah, blah. And then at one point he said that Tyson Fury put an egg weight in his glove and was bashing him in the side of the head with the egg weight. And that's why he has that egg-shaped dent in his head.
That is too funny.
And
man.
I love Deontay Wilder too, but man,
Yeah.
he lost his mind on that shit. Man.
No.
You get egg weighted.
There was no egg weight. Your mind's just been scrambled.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Waka, waka,
Dude, would
waka.
that fuck his whole world up?
Yeah.
Though, dude. Like
Oh, yeah.
that would he would always
He's like, if you want to make an omelet, just bashes his head in.
I think that's literally a whole
Break some
other
eggs.
fight in itself. Like when these guys lose and they really, really wanted to live, and then it's almost like this like mental exercise to come up with excuses of why they lost.
Yeah.
Like Deontay Wilder comes out in that big stupid diamond suit. Well, why'd you come out? in
By
that?
the way, it was dope. It looked amazing.
Yeah,
it
maybe
was cool.
wear it after the fight, after you win. Maybe.
It wasn't that. It was just an excuse. Dude, he can handle that, man. They train in weighted vests that are heavier than that shit.
Yeah. Plus, that's probably like the walk.
That
from
was
there
not
to
the reason
there.
why he lost. All right. Fuck.
He lost because he was outclassed. He was outboxed.
Yeah,
That
he
was
lost
it.
because you were standing in front of a 6'9", 300-pound, tremendously talented fighter,
highly skilled
with a granite chin
monster
and the
that
heart
could
of
take
a lion.
beating freaking like nobody's business. That already fought you, so knew your game plan pretty much from the gut.
Yeah, you lost to arguably, and I think definitely the greatest heavyweight boxer that has ever stepped foot in the ring of all time. So it's no shame there. And you put up a hell of a fight, man. Deontay Wilder's a warrior. He really is.
Yeah.
That's a bad dude. That third fight, it's one of the greatest boxing fights I've
is.
ever seen in my entire life.
You know what is funny though is that when he did walk up to him, though, it's like, all right, you know how like these guys carry themselves in like such utter confidence.
Yeah.
Deontay kind of like
submitted, bro.
shrugged his shoulders, went over, he's like, "Yeah, man."
Yeah,
Like,
you beat my ass.
yeah, it's almost like, damn, dude. It's like to make a motherfucker of that caliber timid in any way, shape, or form. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's dope, man.
Bravo,
Yeah.
dude. Holy shit. That Tyson Fury.
Thank
is
God for both of
amazing.
them. One of the greatest rivalries in boxing history, man.
And it came out to a great thing. It really
fantastic.
did. And you know what? Honestly, Deontay
one of my
Wilder,
favorite
thank you
trilogies.
too.
Yeah.
You
no,
know?
no, thank you, 100%.
Damn, man. I mean,
someone had to lose shit.
Dude, honestly, it's these childish motherfuckers that think a loss on these guys' records damages them in any way, shape, or form. It might not be champ anymore, but I would love to see a Deontay Wilder fight any day of the week right now.
There are times
Slap it
too
on.
when a better fighter loses to a genuinely lesser fighter just because of the style
Yeah.
differences. Styles
Yeah.
make fights a lot of the times.
It means something.
Like when Roy Jones Jr. lost to Antonio Tarver. He just like kind of had his number for some reason, but he's not.
That's
a
why
better
you don't
fighter.
like. That's why you don't
than
like
Roy Jones
Antonio
Jr.
Tarver.
I just never
I
thought he
asked
was
you
that great.
one
Not a
time.
fan.
Yeah,
I don't like
no.
his boxing style. I
Very
never thought
boring,
he was
very
that talented.
generic,
I
yeah.
never thought that highly of him, and he beat my favorite guy that ever lived.
He beat
which
my
I'm not
favorite
mad at him.
boxer.
Fair play to you, but I'm just saying there's no one in the world that's going to put them in the same league. They would say, "Oh, he was as good as Roy. Or he was better than Roy." No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not.
He beat my favorite boxer.
Well, I'll say it like this. Tommy Hearns knocked out Roberto Duran.
Yeah.
And Tommy Hearns is phenomenal. Everyone knows that, right?
So is Roberto
Yeah,
Duran.
but Roberto Duran is a better fighter than Tommy
Yeah,
Hearns overall. He is a better fighter overall. He had
Yeah.
more skills, more abilities. He had more accolades. He's a better fighter overall, and he lost.
So it's
Same thing with,
sometimes those brawlers.
He just got the punch off,
Yeah.
man. And shit like that happens. There's sometimes where you just like a guy just has your number for some reason, and it's
Yeah.
just weird.
I like when they admit to that,
Adesanya, Alex Pereira. Adesanya is a better fighter than Alex Pereira is,
Yeah.
and he just keeps losing to this fucking guy.
and dude, and
You
it's,
could see that he's better
Yeah,
while they're fighting
and
until he
it's-
gets knocked out.
and it's almost like what would you call it? It's almost like kickboxing,
How
Muay Thai
frustrating.
101 that Alex Pereira is doing, but you can't stop it because it's just this
Eventually it gets
cyclone
there.
of strength just coming over, doing these like straightforward kicks, straightforward punches, and then you got Adesanya's literally the style bender because he has so much movement
Yeah.
power, and it
he's
doesn't
just not
help.
strong enough to
Yeah,
hurt him the
he
same way.
can't.
Like it's just,
He
but he's
can't hurt
obviously
him.
a better fighter. Like
Yeah.
when they're fighting, he's getting outclassed the whole way, and then
I
gets
really do.
knocked the fuck out.
I love Israel Adesanya,
So do
but
I.
you're right. He does. He's got his.
That's his
number.
boogeyman. But there'll never be the history books will never say that Alex Pereira is better than him. It's just that's the guy that beat him, man. It happens. It happens to most fighters actually. Most fighters have that guy.
I think though. I think Alex say his name.
Volkanovski or Pereira.
No, Pereira. I think Pereira's got some longevity in the UFC.
Oh, he's phenomenal. He's
a
a
while.
terrifying force.
Yeah.
That guy's a freak of nature. He's a freak.
It's funny because you hear their past and they've been fighting for years and all this stuff like that, and they just got to the UFC. It's funny that there's so much life outside of the UFC too.
And no one even considers or knows about this.
Nobody knows about
this
these
rich
guys.
history that goes completely unnoticed.
I'm sure Alex Pereira pretty much could have stomped through anybody up until this point, but he was absent for with the UFC for so
Yeah.
long. There's another dude that
I bet you anything-
never signed with them too.
Dude, I'll put money on it that the reason why Alex Pereira like joined the UFC is because Adesanya did. He probably watched it and was like, I beat that dude's ass and he's the champ. And he's like, I should do that. And he just joined.
Like,
I bet
know
you
what?
anything.
He's watching him like,
Dude,
just
getting
knock
rich
motherfuckers out.
and famous and all this.
Yeah,
And he's like,
yeah.
dude, I smoked this fool twice.
He's like, just getting his dick sucked like this. Like, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to go in the UFC and I'm going to beat him. And everybody's just like, yeah, okay.
And he's a monster of a human
Yes,
being,
he really-
by the
he's
way. He's
so
a freak of
big,
nature,
dude.
He's the missing link.
It always surprises
He's
me
like
that
Tony
those guys
Robbins
make
big.
us, like they make, like you look at this like little guy and you look at this monster and you're like, for some reason they made the same weight. Like Nate Diaz
He
and
literally has a
Conor
caveman
McGregor.
skull.
Dude, when Nate Diaz fought Conor
Oh, yeah.
McGregor,
Yeah,
you're
dude.
just looking at this giant and you're like, wait a minute, wait. They weigh the same? And I think that day when you just start eating steak and all that protein, you just jam pack your body, you know what I mean?
But there's a thing though, like the naturally bigger guy is always going to have an edge and be stronger, even if you bulk up. Like I can bulk up to a weight class above mine, but I'm not naturally that size. And there's a difference. Just having the weight on and doing the strength training does not make you equal to someone who naturally is that way. It's not the same. It never is.
Yeah.
It'll never will.
Like
be.
John Jones, there's guys that really don't need to move that much.
Luckily,
for
he's
their
really
weight
big
class.
already, so
Yeah.
he should fit the heavyweight frame pretty well. But like Roy Jones Jr. moved up to heavyweight or whatever, and he retained his speed, but he's not the same as a natural heavyweight. You don't feel the same. You don't hit the same as a natural heavyweight. They don't take your punches, and you know what I mean. Like if I'm the naturally small guy and I move up a couple of weight classes, if I was smoking people in lightweight, by the time I get up to like junior middle or like even welterweight, I'm not knocking people out anymore.
your
Even if
whole
I get
game
big,
changes.
even if I get big and I was a power puncher in the lighter divisions, you usually don't carry that up with you. 'Cause
all of a sudden you're a squeak toy. You're like,
yeah,
you know what
even
I
though you're
mean?
jacked and all
Yeah,
that, it's not the
absolutely.
same. And I don't know what that is.
no,
It's
you've been
just-
training your jab and power punches your whole life
Yeah.
for a certain somebody.
You only have so much
and then now
force.
this guy's 3 times the size of it, and you're like, well, I can't match
You're just like
that.
dink.
Yeah. You know?
It makes the squeak toy sound when it lands.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's
I just think that'd be
hilarious.
so funny to hear that squeak toy if somebody was getting knocked out, you know? That's fight talk though, man.
Fight
you know, our next one, we and him can't wait. We can't wait for John Jones, dude. Honestly, we're
Johnny
such
Bones.
like avid fans of this.
I'm
dude.
a huge fan.
Yeah,
I remember when I was talking about the first time, I'm like, I like him, I don't like him, because like at that point I was still going down the rabbit hole. I have decided I fucking love John Jones.
yeah, he's amazing.
He's got some demons, you know. He's both good and bad, but I actually think at the end of the day, he's just a good guy who has problems and he's like just struggles with it sometimes.
I
But
like him
fucking
better
love that
with
guy.
the demons.
Dude, he is charismatic as fuck. That guy is interesting. He's smart too.
Fool runs around.
He's smart.
Stealing cars, punching people out, doing drugs,
Yeah,
and
but
then,
he's also
and then
like a
shows up to be
vigilante.
like the, you know,
Stopping taggers during the riots and
Oh,
breaking
dude,
windows.
Dude, could you imagine
chasing
you're
fools
about
down
to
with
smash some
shotguns?
window and John Jones goes, "Hey man, don't do that." You're just like,
Okay.
yeah, sure. All
right, champ.
You have a gun on you. You're like, yeah, no big deal. All good. he was in New Mexico stopping these guys, dude.
Instead of using the gun on him, you just fucking blow your own
Yeah,
head
he's-
off. He catches the bullet somehow.
Fuck you.
He gets the last word.
Just to talk shit to him. You ain't shit, bitch.
Moral victory.
You know, be fucked out. And before
You
you
ain't
pull the
shit.
trigger, your finger squeezes and he kicks it out of here.
He stops you from killing yourself and then beats your
Just
ass.
beats the fuck out of you, man.
Then he kills you at the end with the gun.
Yeah, man, I seen it, dude. I watched that. That dude's literally in jail right now for that kickboxer. Whoever that kickboxer is. Did you ever see that video where the kickboxer beat up that little dude in the bar for no fucking
No,
reason?
I don't think so.
Like, imagine that.
Wait, did you show that to me at work one day?
Maybe
You may have shown that to me.
I just think it's fucking
sounds
nuts.
familiar.
Like when these guys cross paths with normal ass dudes and just
It's
smoke
not even
'em.
close.
Yeah, man. And you know what's so funny? This dude at the bar, he was drinking. I've met this guy a million times. So has everybody in the fucking camera world. But this dude at the bar is like telling this story, just having a good time, enjoying time with his friends and shit. He like takes a shot, dude. He's like enjoying himself, telling a story about how he like told some dude at the fucking bar what's what, you know. And all of a sudden, behind him, just like all like ego deflation and like embodiment comes behind him and like barely like grazes his shoulder, and he goes like this. He goes, right? And he turns around and he, not even mean, by the way. The guy goes, hey man, you just bumped like that, right? Like literally, hey man, you just bumped me.
Hey man.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, you're getting these devastating 1-2s across
He
your
starts closing
jaws.
distance with Mike Tyson. He does that bob and the peekaboo bob
Dude,
and
that'd be
weave
so
inside.
scary. That'd be so scary watching one of those guys coming towards you.
Guess
Oh!
what? Guess what? Like, I view myself as like not a pussy, but if that man was coming towards me doing this shit, you know
Yeah.
what my defense is? This is my defense. No!
Yeah. My defense is stop.
Please don't hit me.
Rape.
And Billy's like, watch out.
Watch out.
The slow motion watch out.
Watch out.
No.
Dude.
Look out.
No, we were laughing our asses off because you know what? Everybody quotes a lot of the same shit when you're kids. Like, you know, and Austin Powers was like one of the most quotable movies anywhere. And I remember when he did that, we started dying laughing because my group of friends and his group of friends, when that movie came out, we were both going, watch out.
Honed in on that
Yes,
same
because
scene.
it was so funny, dude.
Watch out. I love that shit. That and the old school 90s scream that you always do.
That's somebody falling off a building.
For like 30 minutes.
Oh, dude, I mastered the shit out of that. They needed the perfect soundbite. You know
It's
what?
hilarious.
It's weird because it's like when they're at a concert, like in a movie and they're at a concert, you can't hear shit on the sound. The music's like blaring and stuff like
No.
that. That is literally the actors going in studio, matching up their lips, talking into a microphone and getting it perfect again. It's so weird. Those little noises, like the punch noises and shit like that. You think like
yeah.
they do the punch like nobody. Okay, that noise.
No,
doesn't
it's
actually
usually a
happen.
guy with like a stick, like heating a celery stalk.
Yeah.
And, like that's the sound.
Or like if they're walking in snow, he's walking on a bag of flour with like work boots, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Those guys that just record sound effects in interesting ways, it's kind of fascinating to
It
me.
really
What a niche
is.
art that actually doesn't get enough appreciation.
Yeah.
Like,
We
oh,
went-
how do you make this sound? It's like, oh, you make like you get a watermelon, you squish it, and like that's the sound of whatever. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
What if
I've
the-
seen that in a million movies. It's never what you think it is.
Yeah.
It's
Wouldn't it be funny if there's like a
a terrible
blowjob
example
scene,
I gave them.
like it's Broken Arrow and it's like the blowjob scene, and you're like, hey, like I'm guessing you get like petroleum jelly over like a piece of meat, and you turn around and some girl's just sucking his dick.
It's always this for you. It's always someone getting their dick sucked. It's hilarious.
Sorry.
In Billy's world, everyone is getting blown but him.
Sorry, I know.
He's the only one not getting blown over innocuous things. You're shopping and there's a girl just sucking your dick while you're pushing the cart. He's like, I have to shop regular. This is me
Yes.
shopping.
Ooh, this is good. Yeah. Nobody turns
It's
out,
hilarious.
and that noise is actually going. Like, so like they actually covered it like that. That was Halloween.
She's just kissing the tip.
Yes. He's like a little closer, and it's still going.
Like a cocktail straw just
Oh my fucking god, Halle Berry. Halle fucking Berry. And it's her. She's in the noise room sucking somebody's dick. You're like, damn, baby, how much they
it's
give you
for
for
the
this
show.
movie? Yeah.
It's for the art.
It's for the movie. Yeah. Oh, that'd be so fucking funny though, man. But you're right. It is interesting
It's
how they
hilarious.
like, and there's probably a million of them, you know, rain dropping on like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like the carports and stuff, you know.
Yeah, man,
whatever
it's
it makes.
interesting.
Yeah, it's a fucking trip.
Super interesting.
But it's funny that even like as far as we've come with it,
Mhm.
there's still like archaic ways of doing that.
oh yeah.
Like, is that
Yeah.
always going to be it?
You gotta
Are
honor. I'm all about the old methods. I think the old ways of doing everything are better all the time.
Yeah. Like, are they
I'm
ever
that
going to
guy.
change it though? You know what I mean?
I hope not. I hope they never change it. I hope nothing ever changes again.
Jesus, man. They might.
I just super lead into it.
They might have a microphone that like picks up like that level of whatever. You know what I mean?
That'd be wild.
You know, but that's funny because they're
Like
at
the Hubble telescope of microphones.
yeah, no, they're at a concert and they're fucking the music's going and stuff like that. Of course, you're not gonna hear.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't hear in real
It's
life.
impossible.
So how's it gonna do it? You know?
Right.
When drink, you know. So then fucking
It's just all low.
yeah, and somebody has to come in and go, "Hey, we were heading over the," you know. It is fucking trippy. We learned a little bit with like editing, like
Yeah.
from what we do. You know what I mean?
It's been a fun journey actually. Well, even a little thing like you made that music for the movie preview, which I highly recommend you go check it out. It's hilarious. But you made the music for the movie preview, but the levels on that were much higher than the voiceover work I did for the movie preview voice.
Yeah.
So I had to like artificially boost my levels on that to match the levels of the music so you can hear everything. It was fun. It's interesting. It's a lot of fun.
And Jurassic Park, like now everything's CGI, and they got to make the muscles of like the Velociraptor, like every tenet and every fucking bone that pushes out, stretch out a little bit more. Like the level of work that goes into these is
it really is
nuts.
impressive, and it just gets refined and amplified over time. Like if you go see Avatar 2, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch that shit. It is a masterpiece of CGI.
Yeah, that's
one of the few where it's like I literally got so into that movie I forgot that it was all fake. Like that's how good of a job they did on it.
I tried to watch it on bootleg.
I didn't care that people were blue. I was like, fuck it, man. These are real people.
I tried to watch it on bootleg, and it completely took the immersion.
You can't
out.
watch that out of bootleg, dude. Come on.
It was really shitty bootleg.
That needs to be perfect video.
That kind of bothered me because it's like I used to get fucking bootleg DVDs and watch 300 and stuff, and they haven't changed. They fucking haven't changed. One thing that hasn't My evolved. iPhone could like record a better fucking version of that. Like right now, if I went in and I recorded the whole fucking movie
just
on my
at
phone,
the movie theater,
it would be better. Yeah. How hasn't it changed? Why is it still fucking shit? You know what I mean?
The prices went up though for inflation.
That's
on
weird,
bootleg
though.
DVDs.
Well, now it's just like websites, but that's so fucking weird that the
right.
level
no one
of
uses
bootleg.
Physical copies of anything anymore. Look how old I'm getting, man. Oh my god.
CDs, all fucking CDs.
Remember when there was only 8 tracks? 8-track.
8-track.
My dad had an 8-track when I was a kid growing up. I used to play with it all the time. It was cool. Stick the cartridge in.
We had a video camera, the one where you could like stop what you're doing and like a guy freezes and then like you pull his ass out and it's like immediately there and stuff. Like and it was like this little film tape, and then you took the tape and then you plugged it into a VHS and then you put it in and then it played like that. And then it got to where it's like audio, video, and stuff like that. But damn, man, like having a video recorder when you were a kid was fucking.
Oh, you were the shit,
everything.
man. It was like, were you rich? Yeah. People thought you were rich. You know what used to blow my mind when I was a kid? I used to have that thing where it's like a white screen that you hang on the wall, and there's like a giant flash. Like think about a camera that's not actually a camera; it's just the flash. And you would like stand in front of it or jump, and you would click the flasher, and it would take a picture, and somehow it would superimpose like your shadow onto it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Literally only your shadow, your silhouette, your shadow would remain on the white screen behind you. You could walk away and it would still be up there in whatever pose you were in.
And what did
that
you do
shit
with the
blew
shadow?
Nothing.
Afterwards?
You were just like, what the fuck when you were a kid? It blew my mind. You would just like jump and do like weird shit, and then someone would snap the little flasher or whatever, and it would like lock your shadow like Peter Pan when you're like detached from your own shadow.
I remember doing your hand
Still don't understand it.
Or like shadow on the overhead, and your teacher would outline you. And you would pick your shadow afterwards. I remember that.
Interesting.
But I don't remember a freeze frame.
I'll show it to you.
Froze.
I'll find a video of it or so. It's wild. I had it when I was a kid. Because they used to have one at, we're here in Las Vegas for those of you that are watching from somewhere else. But we had at the Lee Discovery Museum, they used to have one of those, a giant one. It was like one of the attractions.
Yeah.
And then it was so popular, they made like home versions of it for kids. You know what I mean? And they rolled it out or whatever. And my dad bought me one.
You had one in your fucking house?
My dad bought me one for Christmas.
And what did it look like?
It's just this little thing. It literally, imagine a green screen, but it's white. And there's just like this thing that looks like it's just a flash, like just a flash, like a camera flasher without the camera part, and it just flashes, and somehow it freezes your fucking shadow onto the white screen.
What kind of Christmas presents?
I don't understand it.
What did everybody else get that year?
Dude, my dad was the best at giving Christmas gifts, man. You don't even know. It was amazing. I got a pool table one year. Yeah, it was crazy, man. That was like the one place where we were truly spoiled was on Christmas.
Christmas was a big deal.
Yeah, and we loved it. We used to have the big gift and then the regular gifts that were all wrapped. And the big gift was like one year he bought me a bike, like a super nice Mongoose bike back before they were like cheesy, when they were still dope.
Yeah.
And he would have that just out by the tree. So when you came down the stairs, the first thing you'd see is your big gift. Like the pool table. I came out and there's a pool table. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then our regular gifts are under the tree. It was cool, man.
We opened our gifts on Christmas Eve. And then one year, all right, and this isn't like, poor me, but one year there was some obviously
half-eaten bologna sandwich.
No, but my dad had a needle
old
under
sock. Sorry.
My dad had a needle under the tree, and it was Christmas morning. And like I remember it was like a big deal, you know, and we all came out and stuff like that. And my dad, we were little kids, so we were retarded, so you could say like whatever you want. And my dad's like, you put this into an orange and it makes it really sweet. And I said, do it.
You call his bluff?
I already knew what the fuck it was. I was like, do it. I want to try the orange. You know what I mean?
What did he do? He went, I'm lying. It's
No,
heroin.
Yeah, he went, shut the fuck up. I ain't about to give
He
you.
just sticks you with
What
it.
do you think I'm going to waste my China White on this fucking orange? Fuck you. And that was back in the day, too. That was China White, too. That wasn't that new stuff.
No, it's
that
the
new
good
black
good.
tar. Yeah, well, that's the shit everybody was dying on.
The
You know
China
what I
White
mean?
or the?
Yeah.
I thought black tar was the. Is that the best?
I don't
one?
know. Well, okay, listen.
I'm not a heroin
here's the thing.
guy.
Here's the
You
thing.
can't tell.
Obviously, it's been evolved. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
thinking the black tar might be more potent, but I do know a lot more people were dying on China White.
Okay.
So I
So
don't
it
know.
may have been stronger, or it just may have been chemically different.
Yeah, I'm sure it was stepped on like a fucking million times before it got to anybody.
Any
but
heroin
yeah.
addicts out there, let us know.
Tell us in the comment section about your heroin.
When you
use.
wake up, let us know
Yeah.
what the right heroin is. Because that's
Yeah.
okay. So now that we're talking about heroin briefly here, so everyone has like their death plan. So mine is when I get diagnosed with the inevitable whatever cancer or whatever the fuck it is, my disease is going to kill me over time. When it gets bad enough to where I'm suffering, I'm going to heroin out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to heroin out. I'm going to start buying it and stockpiling it now because I don't think when I'm 90 I'm going to have it readily available to me. But yeah,
I would just hate.
you
being,
have 6 weeks to live. Heroin, baby. Let's go.
I don't like downers as it is. I would hate being out of control. Like, I guess if you're just gonna go to sleep, fine,
If you're
so be
dying,
it. Yeah.
dude, heroin death is the best. Remember, do the heroin. This is how you die.
Yeah.
Just at peace.
Yeah, no, 100%. But like, no, I guess I'd start freaking out because I know I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that
I would inject it into my fucking eyeball.
I think that anxiety would start picking up. But then again, you don't give a shit on heroin, so maybe you wouldn't.
There's
care.
gonna come a day where you're in so much pain that you will not mind.
Yeah.
You will not mind that heroin death at all. You'll be begging for it.
Well, that actually brings up the next story. Believe it
Very
or not.
positive conversation.
No,
we're
but
having.
no, it's real. But that Bryan Kohberger is facing the firing squad.
Oh, that's right.
And the reason why is because they say that lethal injection, it's not 100% success rate.
Are you
So,
serious?
yeah,
How could it not be?
I don't know, because if somebody's tolerable to shit and they
Give
put
them
it
2
in there,
shots.
yeah,
Big
but,
deal.
But wouldn't you go out like Get Your Ass to Mars? What's that movie? Total Recall. Like you're just like you know, and
Your
it's like
eyes are falling out of your skull.
They like melt to that white
Like the end
pus,
of Raiders
like
of the Lost
80s.
Ark, dude.
Yeah, like they like melt that white. You're like and your heart.
Everyone's like, oh my
your chest like burns up, and like your chest like boo, 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 boo. You just like see it still going, so you know they're still alive, feeling everything. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, but I'm sure it's like
Foaming
a
at the
mixture.
mouth.
Yeah. But I mean, so if it's not a 100% success rate, lethal injection they say is like the biggest. Like that's okay. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'd much rather like okay. So 5 guys. Here's how firing squad goes. 5 guys stand side by side. 4 of them get a blank. 1 of them gets a real bullet. So nobody ever knows who actually fired the real shot. They aim at your head, and then boom, they all fire at the same time. Nobody knows who actually
No,
killed you.
do they
but
aim at your
do.
head? It's not the chest.
I don't know. I think you could choose.
What-
Wouldn't you rather your head?
How many times do you think like the guy with the live round, like just being a douche, like missed?
Or
you
like-
just see it spark off the wall behind
When
him.
the guy with the real bullet's like,
Yeah.
he's like getting ready to fire. He's like, and just like fires. You know what I mean?
Before every shot, he's like Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Let's
If
get
Alec
it.
Baldwin did it with 1, I think these fucking assholes could do it in 1 shot too. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'd rather take one to the head, right?
If it was me, just to know if I had the real bullet or not, I would like pause an extra 2 seconds before I pulled the trigger.
or maybe it's a caliber so big that like it's gonna do the trick no matter what.
Like it's like a musket ball. It
Yeah.
just blows a fucking cantaloupe-sized hole in your chest.
And I shot him, and I put a hole this big in him. Oh, did I say this big? I meant this. Remember Parenthood with
Oh
Steve Martin?
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Parenthood.
A fucking wonderful movie, man. You know?
So they're bringing back the firing squad, which I think is an excellent idea because it's just visually,
because it's cool.
it's interesting. Blindfolding a cigarette.
Wouldn't you want to like sign up for that though?
Firing squad?
Yeah.
If you give me the classic blindfolding a cigarette, you can kill me that way. Fine. I think that's a good death.
No, I mean like to be on a part of the squad. That
Oh, to be
actually
the
fires.
executioner guys.
Because the whole point is the thing is if it's humane or not. I mean, obviously, it does a trick. Look, when it comes down to it, it's going to do the trick.
Mhm.
Is it humane or not? Is it a bullet, a quicker death than fucking putting some weird chemical in your arm? Probably. I'd say so.
I mean, why don't we just kill people the same way that we kill cows? Like you remember No Country for Old Men? He used that thing to blow the locks out.
Yeah,
that's
bolt
the cattle
that comes
killer
out.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get them right in the temple and just.
Who's gonna sit still for that?
You're just like
no. You know, one guy's gonna go.
Vice.
No, I'm not doing it.
Just pushes his head.
I think that they should have like some like saw thing where your head's like sitting like this, and there's a saw coming across the room, and the family
a slow saw.
Yeah, and the thing comes up, and like the family gets to choose. Like family can control the saw, and it like decapitates you. So like like somebody, dude, if I was I'm on the other side of the window, I'd be like
drone saw,
real slow, like,
and then you pull back, and then go back down a little bit, and then pull back again.
Because
start fucking with them.
Because that's what the death penalty's for, right? It's for the state, and especially for the victims' families, right? So why can't they join in on the fun? I would like to. I would fucking do it. I'd control the little saw. You know what I mean?
Why not?
Or like have like a blade that like swings like this.
It just gets closer.
And he just gets
and
closer and closer. Like takes off a piece of his nose. Like you know what I mean?
I like the acid dunk tank we came up with a while back.
Oh, that'd be fucking sick too. You know damn well they're gonna come out of that acid like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Or it's just spikes underneath, something like this.
Yeah.
Why are we're just talking about killing people now?
No, but because it came up because you said you would want to take like a big shot of heroin, right?
Yeah.
Well, Bryan Kohberger, they're saying that because it was illegal from 1980, so it was legal from 1982 to 2009, and then somewhere around that time we became pussies, right around 2010, and they say, well, you can't do this anymore because a lot of states don't even have the death penalty anymore. Like, I think it might be half or something like
Texas
that. That's
is
still
all
doing
about
it,
it,
right? Yeah. I mean, why not? Why not? What's better? Keep them on the goddamn payroll. Keep feeding these and housing these
get rid of them.
fuckers? No, goodbye.
Get rid of
Thank you. You've completely and utterly sacrificed your will to live. So now it's time to make room for other people.
I like the criminal island idea that we had too. That was a good one.
Yeah. Where they all
We
have
already
to
went
fend
through
for
that,
themselves.
Though. Yeah, you just have like a couple of Coast Guard guys just protecting.
Not only would it make a fuck ton of money for like a reality
You'd save a lot of money
series,
too.
You'd save a lot of money.
It would actually turn a profit.
There's a shit ton of empty islands.
Dude, you just have cameras on there like the Hunger Games. And just let it happen, man. Why not?
That would literally be
Purge
the
Island.
will of
Purge Island.
Yeah, that would literally be the will of strong or smart men surviving.
Oh my god!
And that's what it would come down to.
Dude.
And there'd be some like motherfucking monster, like some cannibal
guys that
warlord.
just train for it and then try to get
that's
locked
just
up.
running. She's just sitting on a throne all day. Some new guy comes to the island. He like
cannibal warlord.
Kick his knees and like kick him down. He's like, I'm gonna make him. I'm definitely gonna make him black. What do you think you should be here for? You know what I mean? And then the guy's like, I don't know. I just got here. I'm in for like tax evasion or something. He's like, kill him. You know what I mean? And they'll have like wild, like fucking like boars on the island, like fucking running into these guys and stuff.
Like the Coliseum and shit where they have like lions
sure.
join in on
I mean,
the fun.
they entertain. Listen, it's their fucking island. They do whatever. There's no guards. You know what I mean?
That sounds like a fun time.
I think so. I think that'd be cool.
Oh, we're in good shape.
103, are you going to me?
Baby.
We always do an hour no matter what.
103.
Hour 20 is our goal.
That's usually where we start to taper off, like energy-wise.
Oh, can I give my Last of Us review? Can I do that?
Go nuts.
All right, so here's what it is. All right, so we've mentioned it before. Last of Us is like the biggest show on TV right now. Obviously, a lot of you know it's like adapted from the video game. A while back, I think like episode 3. In fact, it was episode 3. Everybody calls it the gay episode. Episode 3. The Critical Drinker gave like his like synopsis on like what he feels about the show, what he likes, what he doesn't like, blah, 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 this and that. And something that like really stuck with me is that I feel like they're prepping it for the second game. And this is what kills me. The first game, if you ever played it, it's like this beautiful story. It's like this really hard man that's really lost his will to live, and then he meets this little girl, and she becomes like his daughter, who he lost in like in the beginning of the thing.
Billy likes hard men.
Exactly. If you didn't see in the opening montage. Okay, so there it is. What comes down to though is that he meets this kid that's really vulnerable. She only trusts him. They have this father and daughter dynamic, and that's like the whole point. Oh my god. This fucking girl is running the show. They made Joel completely and utterly weak. You should see him. There was this point where if you're following along with the episode, like when the dog comes out to see if they're infected or not, Joel's sitting there. This motherfucker was an action can do type of dude. So far, which happened in the first one too, but like she had to save for something. But anyway, he's just so goddamn weak, and it's just so uncomfortable.
Now it's not enough that a woman has to be like the hero and the badass. Now it's a child woman.
Dude, yeah, and she's
now little kids are more badass than full-grown men.
She's leading.
I don't care what gender she is, by the way. Little children are now more badass than actual full-grown adult men.
Dude, he's standing there. The dog comes out, and he's looking over. He's like, and he's standing there, no action, no nothing, didn't say anything, didn't try to talk anything, nothing. And it's just such a far cry from what it actually is. Dude, this is what killed me more than anything. This is like when I almost like I had to tap out, but I can't because now I'm invested because I'm watching every goddamn episode, but I was kind of like in it. So the girl's sitting there eating and she's like talking shit to like the people who gave her the food. I don't want to spoil anything, but she's like talking shit. You know, she's like burping and cussing at the table. And then Joel looks over and he's like, Ellie, by the way, it's a fucking zombie apocalypse. Like, there is no manners. And he looks over and he's like, Ellie, let's mind our manners. Like, it's some fucking 14th century, like, you know,
Like,
Southern
he
belle.
dabs
Like,
the corner of his
I
mouth.
do declare I'm sorry for the way I behaved. It's so stupid. But she's sitting there and she's eating. She's like, shut the fuck up, Joel. She's like eating. So she looks over and there's this, by the way, everybody's a hard ass at this point, right? Because it's like they're being chased by
They've
zombies
been
all
going
day, right?
through it, man.
Yeah. She looks over, right? And she sees this like Native American woman like poking behind like one of the banners, right? And she's like looking at her, right? And she goes, the fuck you looking at? And the woman goes, the woman's like 25 years old, been in the shit way longer than this kid. She goes, and runs away. And I'm like, oh my God, like she's so unlikable. And it's like, dude, honestly, and it's for nothing.
Completely and utterly unfucking realistic.
It's so unrealistic. It's this little kid, dude. Why is she running the show?
Dude, I will soccer ball kick her out of the fucking show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you could do. Forget about zombies. She couldn't be me, let alone zombie. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Well, Joel...
Throw you into the sun.
Joel was like
you weigh
special
25
forces.
Pounds.
Yeah. Joel was special forces. Why is she doing anything? Why isn't she listening to him? Why is she running the show at all? And I figured it out. This dude figured it out. It's literally so this is just a means to an end, which it should be anyway, but they're setting it up so you
propaganda.
don't like Joel.
It's just propaganda.
Yes.
It's propaganda.
At its best. And every single episode with Joel in it, it's just some hypothetical golf club swing getting rid of him. They're making him less and less likable because they know what happens in the next one, and they want to prop Ellie up as the hero, can-do-all badass that you're gonna have to deal with because she doesn't take no prisoners, and she's hard, and she's stronger than you, and that's it. She is a fucking 13-year-old girl, man. What is this? It is so stupid, man. And it just bugs me.
I'm sorry I keep fucking with this.
No, can I be real? I'm fucking with it.
Are you too?
I'm literally fucking with it.
It's a weird one, man.
Side,
but no, it's so divorced from reality. You just can't even fucking pretend. You can't even have the suspension of disbelief in that scenario.
Dude.
Man. It's ridiculous. They'd be like, I just talked about how if I was standing in front of Mike Tyson, I'm a full grown man. I weigh about 165 pounds. I'm in shape. I've trained before, and I would be a child to that man. She would be less of a threat to me than I am to Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
At least you could throw something. You know what I mean?
I could at least show resistance. Like I could literally do the hand on the head hold on her.
Yeah.
And there's nothing she could do.
And couldn't you just, everybody loved Joel. It was like a real catastrophe when he died in the second one. Everybody, you know, there's a big uprising of people that didn't appreciate you killing such a main character. Couldn't you just give him this season?
I'm telling
whatever
you,
you wanted to do with the following season, but you had to make him some weak bitch.
I don't really watch new shit anymore. I watch old stuff that I love. That's where I'm at. I'm relegated to just a certain year back. Like me and Jenny were watching Can't Buy Me Love with Patrick Dempsey in the 80s.
Love that
great movie. Dude, I'm watching this movie and I'm smiling ear to ear and I was just having a great time. And about halfway through the movie, I just realized I'm like, I'm in such a good mood. I'm genuinely entertained because I realized that there's no agenda in it. It's just a movie.
It's just a movie for entertainment purpose.
It had purity in it. It was just a pure,
nice
entertaining
love story.
movie, man.
A nice love story.
And my
that you
eyes
love
understood
these
it. Everything made sense. Like the families made sense together. Now, dude, I don't really watch a lot of TV. I was watching TV at her house and like commercials came out. I haven't seen a lot of commercials really anymore, like for years, because I have a lot of streaming services and all that crap. I didn't see a single commercial where it wasn't like an Asian guy with a black woman with like a oddly blended kid that
Indian
they
kids.
couldn't even produce. Like, there's
Indian
no way
kids,
that those
yeah.
two people could even make that kid. Like, nothing makes sense. Everything like this weird fucked up amalgam of like these different people that would never ever. Do you see that ever when you're walking around? Do you know how rare that is to see that?
Dude, I see black
makes
families,
no
I see
sense.
white families, and sometimes, very rarely, I
But
see
no,
like,
it was like there was one that was like it was like a white guy with a fucking like a Chinese woman, and the kid was like Hawaiian. It's like
doesn't make any
impossible.
sense.
It was impossible to create this family. That family
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Well, ain't kind of adopted her. Dude, stop already. That's what I'm saying. When I watch stuff nowadays, my eyes don't recognize. It's so divorced from reality that I can't process it. It doesn't make sense to me.
I would see those people and I go, where's this kid's parents? Did you two kidnap this kid? You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you saw them walking in a store, like, let's not act like we see this day to day. No one thinks that it's wrong, by the way. It just doesn't match.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of right and wrong. Like, they can try to make it about that all they want. It has nothing to do with that. It's just, when I watched Can't Buy Me Love, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I would expect.
Can I do a scene from that? Can I do a scene from that movie?
Yeah.
And you've been hanging on to me like a cheap fucking suit.
Dude, it was great.
Isn't that
yeah, man.
wonderful?
Oh, I
Yeah.
fucking love that
Yeah,
movie.
he was too cool.
Seth
He's too
Green,
cool.
little kid
Yeah.
Seth Green, and
Dude,
he was
he's-
smarmy and great. He was great.
Brother, he's a time traveler.
Yeah.
Seth Green's a time traveler.
Love him.
All right. Have you seen his range of movies and he's a time traveler? Okay. That movie came out. It came out like a year or two after that. Okay. He was like 17 in it.
There's no way.
Dude, I don't know how.
No, wait. You got to show me a timeline of this shit.
Dude, I don't know.
Interesting.
Like, he's a little boy and Can't
You
Buy Me
fucking with
Love.
the cord, too?
Dude, I'm
And you
literally
made it
like
work.
this.
You made it work.
Yeah, I know. He's literally a time traveler. He's this little tiny kid and Can't Buy Me Love, and then it came out like a year later, and he's a teenager. It doesn't make any sense, dude. Remember him?
I
want to
look into that.
Remember him?
I
in
don't.
It?
It's been so long.
He was
It's been
beep beep
so long.
Richie. Beep beep Richie.
I got to look into that.
Fucking weird, man.
All right, what do you say we hit up our little? Do we have any more stories outside of the fun one?
No, I needed to get that off my chest, though.
No, it was
I guess what it comes down to is just fuck you, Ellie, fucking bitch. Fucking talk to that woman.
Just
like
give her
that.
a noogie. What are you gonna
She's
do?
sitting there with her fucking elbows on the table, eating like a slob, telling
She's
Joel
behaving
what's
like a man.
what.
Yeah. They literally gave her a man's characteristics and put it in a little girl.
And Joel's sitting there going, oh, okay, all right. She goes, well, Joel, his brother, he's like, Joel, we are kind of family. Like, they find out that they're married, right? And Joel's sitting there, and Ellie goes, say congratulations, Joel. And he goes, oh, congratulations.
She's drinking a single malt whiskey with like one sphere ice cube
She
in
like
it.
punches him in his ball sack and goes, Bangkok.
And then she's like, he says something. She's like, shut up. And throws the glass at the wall. She's like, now clean it up.
Yeah. Now clean it up.
And he's like, ugh. And he has a little dustpan.
Yeah. And he has a black and blue, like black eye, and then like a lighter shade from like the one before. And he's like,
He's wearing the beaten wife sunglasses.
Dude, honestly, he's acting fucking pathetic. And the whole point of the show was
We
this
know what it
big,
is.
hard man takes this. Man, I'm always talking about hard. I swear to God.
Big and hard.
I
now.
know.
This rock hard man.
This rock fucking hard. What is that called? What is it called? Beating? What is it called in a set?
Pulsating?
Pulsating man. And and he's got this kid, and the whole point was she breaks him down. She breaks him down into being slightly softer, and it just sucks. It just sucks. Oh, Joel, I'm running the show now.
I give this TV show 2 down.
Yeah. 2 queefs down. That's what he meant to say. Her little queefs, her little 13-year-old queefs going,
Queef.
She's like,
I don't know why that's the sound.
She's like, Joel, watch my back. I gotta take a shit. She's like just hunched over, taking a shit on some log.
Her legs are all splayed.
Yeah. And
She's doing the splayed legs.
And Joel's sitting there with the gun, like he could barely hold on to the gun. He's like, hurry up,
He's
back there,
afraid of
Ellie.
it.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
He's
this.
holding it away from him.
I don't like this, Ellie. It's loud.
Boomstick.
Yeah, it's so scary, Ellie. Hurry up. They might come. It fucking pisses me off.
All right, so we have a fun little video for you. A few episodes ago, we did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles German commercial where his dick is a jar of pickles was the advertisement.
Yes.
So we love overseas commercials. So in this little gem here, I think it was like 17 years ago. Basically, it's a car commercial with a moonroof, and a cat jumps on the car and sticks his head through the moonroof and gets decapitated by the moonroof. Now, shocking as it is, I want you to pay attention if you can. If you look in the window of the car, or if you want to look up the video yourself and like zoom in on it, they actually show the head fall into the back of the car, and its lifeless carcass slides down the front of the car and rolls off the side, and it looks realistic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this was a creative risk. We'll just put it that way, and it's gold.
And the fear of getting your head stuck in the sunroof, you know.
But
what
they
I mean?
literally show the cat because it doesn't just chop it off cleanly. He's like struggling. It's fucked up.
Yeah. Honestly, there's
Overseas,
really
man.
no reason for it.
No.
But they don't give a shit.
No,
man.
they don't. They don't give a shit. They hate animals.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Oh, here we go. All right, check this out. I'll show it to you a couple times.
Nice car, too.
It's all right.
Little hatchback, huh?
Look at him, little whiskers running, mucking about.
They set this up perfectly.
I love how it
for-
invites him.
Yeah, it's like, hello, little cat. Come live.
And that car looks non-threatening, right? Dude, it's so real. Look, it's so real looking though.
What's inside? Curious cat.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh
man.
my god, watch for the head. Oh
Drop.
my god. And the carcass slides off. Ford Sport Car.
I don't understand what that's supposed to make you buy a Ford for, but okay.
I would rush out and buy one immediately because I fucking hate cats. Look at this one more time.
His little head drops.
Here, get it. Who writes this shit?
Would it be funny if some Nazi walks out in full garb? He's like, ha 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 ha.
Dude,
He drives the Ford.
here we go. You know what I picture?
Head,
I picture a family just sitting down watching TV with like a couple of young
Laughing.
kids, and then this commercial comes on. It's the first time anyone's ever seen it,
Father, you got the stray cat, dog.
and
yeah.
and the wife is like, "That's the car I've been talking about, honey. That's the one I want to get." And then the fucking cat's head gets decapitated, and the body rolls up, and they're all just sitting there like, just staring at the screen, just silence. Ford Sport Car.
I picture it like a new German family,
Get yours today.
just all like feeling up on each other, watching the cat like go.
They just finished a yodeling session.
Maybe I shouldn't share these anyway. Yodelay, yodelay. Ooh. Just completely naked. This fucking Germans are
Drinking
nuts.
beer out of a boot glass.
Yeah, Germany's,
Watching that.
Germany's so fucking ass backwards,
Boot.
dude. Das Boot.
Das Boot.
Ah, the bubble.
Fucking beer fest.
Yeah. He turned it over. It was the
Yeah,
bubble,
you gotta twist
man.
it. That's the secret.
Have you done Das Boot?
No.
I don't want to either. I'm not a... Obviously, I'm not a
No.
beer guy, but yeah, man.
No. Swedish?
Ah, that's a great movie. They were going to make Weed Fest, and they never did.
I love those guys. Those are the same guys that did Super Troopers.
Yeah, Broken Lizard.
Broken Lizard,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah. That Indian dude's so hilarious, man.
I want a liter of cola. I love the Indian guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah, man. He's like, if you want an XJ, he's like, what's an XJ? If you don't know what it is, you can't afford it.
Yeah. The best scene is when he gets in that fight with the girl in the beer factory, and they go to war for like 20 minutes, just beating. I think he hits her with like a giant wrench at one point. Do you remember that?
No.
In Beer Fest, he does like that like spinning uppercut on her. It's hilarious.
I like when they were supposed to get through one keg.
I think
and
I'm
they
remembering that correctly. I think that's a movie.
They said that they can't leave until they drink the whole keg.
Oh yeah, man.
And it was like barely tapped and everybody's all fucking gone, just falling asleep. Like it's so, you know what I mean? Like that really exhausting, like fucking feeling that you just
Slumped
want to,
over.
yeah. Just
No life force left in you. You know what, Billy? I think I'm digging the background light changing colors.
yeah.
I like it. We're gonna keep it that way from
Yeah,
now on.
when it starts flowing through. Blue pops the most, but there's other colors in there that work.
Yeah, it's cool. A little change of
Like
pace.
that green, right?
So, all right, guys, this has been a little light one and a fun one here.
There's nothing happening in the news. Let me explain this again. There's nothing happening in the news. There was shit happening every single day. Nothing's happening.
I love this, though.
I read the news
I
articles.
like these episodes. I keep sliding down. I love these episodes. I'm always like just my head by the end of the episode.
Yeah. No, man, I'm telling you, there's nothing. I open up the news every day and it's giving me like, Barry the panda just like gave birth at some fucking,
Also, it's like
Taiwanese zoo. It's weird.
the same talking points that everyone's been going over, the right side, the left side, the woke shit, blah, blah.
Ugh.
It's all tired now. Come hang out with us. We tell jokes.
Yeah.
We have original takes. We talk our own shit. We take you in a different direction. It's a ride over here.
Yeah.
Stop watching that crap. Come have fun with us. Haven't we had enough? There's enough channels doing that
I would
shit as it is.
literally rather vomit
Come
in
on.
my asshole and eat it than fucking talk about
Dude,
how
we don't even care anymore. Like, come
yeah.
look at hilarious movie posters. Have a few laughs with us. Irish spaghetti all day. This will never
Ladies
end.
and gentlemen, this was Irish Spaghetti telling you good night. Have a good one, Nick.
That's it. We always do that at the end.
fucking-
It's always
Fucking robots.
skiddly doo. God bless y'all. We'll see you next time. Free Andrew Tate, Top G.
Top G.
Caw-caw.